live? Yep, maybe. All right, we are live. Stone Guy 223. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Bear with us for just a minute while everybody gets caught up on links. Have links out there as usual. Google Plus and YouTube have changed the way you start live events yet again. So tried to had to learn how to do this all over again. They're fixing stuff that doesn't need to be fixed, and it's way more difficult to start a live event now. So we'll figure it out. Appreciate you guys being patient with me. And tonight's going to be a little more lighthearted of a chat, I guess you could say. We'll stick with guns, stay away from the politics and the religion and abortion and all the hot button topics, if you will. So tonight's chat, I wanted to just pretty much talk about whether it be products or items that makes range trips fun. You know, what are things that you take to the range? What are things that you feel like are a must? And definitely want to give some shout outs to any products that you guys have come across that are really neat and innovative for range day.
Electronic hearing protection is a must. That changed shooting, I think, especially making it affordable so that everybody has amplified ears and then safe ears when they need it. And then shoot and see targets are similar type of easy to see targets that made shooting a lot more fun. For like 22s and stuff.
Yeah, shoot and sees are way cool, especially for people like me that can't see very well far away. Definitely makes it
cans of shaving cream and four-wheel drive.
Now, Hawaii, you just
But you can go way up beyond where normal people can go and leave a bunch of trash behind when you ruin the environment with all those aerosols.
Well, the aerosols don't get left on the ground.
No, they pollute the air and ruin the ozone.
Since we're doing it on a volcano that's spewing out several thousand tons of carbon every other day, and
no
sulfuric dioxide, and it's kind of like worrying about a shaving cream can is kind of dumb.
No single drop thinks it's responsible for the flood.
Now, Hawaii, you went shooting today, right?
No, I was knife sharpening all day. I was sharpening knives.
Who the hell? I always get you mixed up with
Z went shooting today.
Island Z. That's it. Because both you guys are in Hawaii, so that's what confuses me.
Well, he's on Maui and I'm on the Big Island.
I gotcha. All right. Well, that's that. Never mind then, because I was mistaken. But he had an opportunity to go shoot today and shot a lot of firearms in his old M1. Or what did he get to shoot? The old that was the M1
Garand tanker.
Yeah, the tanker.
Heat draft.
Does he ever post any videos of himself shooting? Because I don't recall seeing any, and I would like to see some.
I don't know. Hopefully he got some today. He said he had a good.
Are you calling him out? You're saying he's a liar?
No, I'm saying he ought to post a damn video, that's all.
Do you ever figure out what caliber that thing was? I think at what time he's saying it was a 308.
He said it was a 308.
Yeah, it's a 308. I just got it confused because he said it already has been converted to 308.
The original was 30-06, though, correct?
Yeah.
He's been talking about tankers for the last 5 months, so.
Well, I would hope that he grabbed some, if not some video footage, at least some pictures of his range day.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Post them. I want to see them.
I know we've had chats in the past where we talk about, what's in the range bag, and I don't want to get too far into that, but, because I think, like I said, we've covered that. We all know, the basics of, from first aid to sunscreen to paper towels, just your basic things that all range kits or range bags should have in them. And I think we're all pretty well versed with, with what those bags contain. So like I said, this one I want to talk a little more about, um, anything that makes your day more enjoyable, whether it be bench rest or lead sleds or, just anything. I mean, how do you guys approach a day at the range? In no particular order, just shout out maybe some things that hopefully we haven't heard of, or give us some ideas.
And well, I just bring the basics along most time. Some snack food, some ice cold drinks in a cooler, and easy up, some chairs, and we go from there. Obviously, guns and ammo are important too.
Kind of a must, eh?
Which is all at 50% off now, or I mean, the guns are at Walmart apparently.
Yeah, what's up with that? I saw Dano's video, but I don't watch Dano's videos, so
You should see Pistol Pete's video from the Ammo Mafia. He bought 2 M&Ps and a Wyndham.
So is that truly the deal? Is Walmart
Yeah, well,
getting
they're
rid of their firearms, so they're
I
selling
don't
them half
know.
price, or what?
Well, see, when you were talking about the other day about the lawsuit, shareholder lawsuit, that's old news. That's already been settled, and I don't know. The only thing that's recent, and if you search for Walmart and guns, was a settlement about New York not wanting him to sell toy guns unless they're brightly colored and say not a real gun, or I mean just they basically sued Walmart and a bunch of
Making
other,
it idiot-proof.
yeah, to make it sure that basically Walmart sued or New York sued everybody, including Walmart, to make sure that nobody would have to. But what that has to do with them blowing out ARs at 50%? I mean, a Wyndham rifle for $350 was kind of ridiculously cheap, I thought, but
Really?
whatever.
Yeah, that's a super good price. I mean, even though it is a Wyndham, but
That's my understanding. They're blowing out anything to do with firearms, ammunition, tactical gear, all that shit. It's all
They're not
going bye-bye.
blowing out ammo at 50%. They're just
well,
blowing.
is that in a what's that word? Initiative to get rid of selling firearms?
I don't know. It's hard to tell, but they're doing it nationwide. I mean, and unfortunately, I wish they sold them in Hawaii. I'd have a case of them.
Well, that'll be interesting to
I'd like to
shit.
fill
It
up,
makes me,
fill up my Blazer with as many fucking.
yeah, it makes me almost want to run down to Walmart's only about 2 miles from my house. It makes me want to hop in the car and run down there just to see.
Well, we'll talk about
stuff.
something while you shoot down there and come back.
Right?
It may not even have anything to do with. Oh, sorry. I was just saying it may not have anything to do with anything other than the fact that they're not making enough profit on it. So they're cutting out things that
So they
make a
sell
lot
it
of
for
money on.
less. So they sell it for less. We're not making enough profit. Let's cut the price in half. That doesn't make
Well,
any
no.
sense.
What I'm saying is they're not making enough profit, so they're cutting the program. So they're blowing out everything they have, kind of thing. A lot of places do that. I don't know if that's the case or not. I never
think it's some
contacted
side
Walmart,
deal. I think they cut a side deal with New York and Bloomberg or somebody over there, City of New York,
Some
because the
kind of
lawsuit was just settled like 2 days ago. But it was about toy guns, so I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with the price of tea in China? And it don't make a lick of sense to me. I can't figure it out. All I know is that everything's like 50% off. So shit.
All right, while you still can.
yeah, and I mean, shoot, like I know our Walmart, we have a whole wall of Blackhawk equipment, gear, in which now some of the the cheap Blackhawk made in China, granted, but I mean at one time Blackhawk was pretty decent stuff. Um, and it's just odd to see it at Walmart, regardless of whether it's made in China or not. That was typically stuff that was, exclusive to gun shops. So that makes me wonder if it's just regional, also. As far as
Pistol Pete was in Florida when he posted his video. So.
Okay, yeah. See, that's Florida's pretty gun friendly, so that maybe answered my question right there. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Two M&P and a Wyndham AR. So
yeah, I'll definitely be checking that out tomorrow, because that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So,
if Hillary wins or Joe Biden wins, you'll be able to triple profit or quadruple it or something.
you guys prefer going outdoor range, indoor range?
Mostly go to the indoor range because that's the closest to me, but I like shooting outdoors every once in a while in my dad's backyard. And anything goes there, so
Yeah,
the best.
That's definitely the best when you have the actual, private land, so to speak, to shoot on. You don't have to worry about, the potential of people not paying attention, fucking around and flagging you with the gun.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get my kids shooting back there too.
I wish we had indoor range over here on Kona.
So one thing I've noticed, or I shouldn't say noticed, but the one thing I've come across that I'm really super stoked about, as far as, because most of all my shooting pretty much is outdoor shooting, and that company called Case Guard, I'm sure everybody's familiar with Case Guard. They make tons of shit, like bullet boxes, to keep your most people use them for their reloaded ammunition, like little plastic cases with the, bullet dividers.
Yeah, I got a couple of their boxes in my bag.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I'm sure everybody knows Case Guard. Well, they've come up with these portable target stand deals, and they're fairly compact. They break apart in two pieces, and they've got metal spikes on the bottom section, for you to really, dig down into the ground. And then the top section is, pretty decently heavy-duty plastic that that affixes to the spike part, and then you put stick your target on that.
We have a problem with plastic anything for targets in Hawaii because, the ground from the volcano is just too freaking hard. You would need a sledgehammer and a metal spike to drive anything into the ground.
Yeah, now see, that's the cool thing. The spikes on this is metal. The bottom part is metal spikes, and then the top part's the only thing that's plastic. The part that actually holds the target is plastic.
Well, you need a lot of force to drive anything into some of the ground at our target range. You would need a sledgehammer and like a chisel. You can't dig into it or nothing.
So I picked up a couple of those. Those are super neat to be able to, because some outdoor ranges don't provide you with actual target stands. You've gotta pack up your own shit and bring the whole kit and caboodle out there with you. And,
yeah, it makes setting up and tearing down a chore, but gotta do it.
Well, that's why, shit. When I go to the range, man, I'm making a day of it because there's too much logistics involved in getting there, getting all the gear, the setup, the targets. Like I said, man, it's just I'm not going to go through all that to shoot for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. It's like you need some shade and place to relax. You need a whole crew almost to set up. I do it myself a lot of the times, and it's just takes forever.
So other than those shoot and see, no steel.
It's silly. It's not.
Yeah, say it again.
G-Webs was listening to two chats at once.
So the steel. I think huge fan of steel. Love steel targets.
Yeah, I gotta get some shoots. I gotta buy some stuff from Shoot Steel. They don't charge a fortune to ship that stuff out here, amazingly. Neither they don't charge much. Shoot Steel doesn't charge too much at all to ship.
And even Midway, I bought some targets through Midway. And like we talked about before, if you can get some targets through Midway, and then buy something that comes with free shipping, a lot of times you can add to it, and they'll still ship for free.
Yeah, on the mainland maybe.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's Hawaii. We'll go ahead and add that caveat into all these conversations that nothing applies to Hawaii. So you're pretty much.
We're in the twilight zone. Alaska and Hawaii are in the twilight zone.
Well, I definitely think steel's a winner, no matter what. I mean, it's easy to set up. You get that automatic or that instantaneous satisfaction from the report. You know when you hit it. So I definitely think a couple pieces of steel is a must for range day. Balloons, we talked about that. You can pick up the little helium tanks at Walmart for like $20. Comes with a shit ton of balloons. Make some floating balloon targets. That's super fun.
No, what I do is my boss does those balloons at work, and she gives me the metal cans, and I shoot the metal cans after they're empty.
Yeah, that too. That works too. The actual helium tanks, you mean?
Yeah, they're like really like she buys the big ones, the size of propane tanks, but they're like half the thickness. But
right.
Open, they're really good steel targets.
Yeah, that's super fun. Like I said, anything like that you can actually, that's somewhat reactive and that you can hear and then, but doesn't leave a mess.
Tannerite, yeah. Binary explosives are always good.
Tannerite's definitely fun.
I'm looking for a
what is this
target.
What is this Tannerite stuff you're talking about?
Shit. Unless you changed your intro to your channel there, Nathan, we know you know what Tannerite is.
Oh, wait. That's when you want to dispose of TVs and vacuums and other household...
And toilets.
Oh, toilets. Oh, they vaporize. Yeah, I remember now. Been a couple of years.
Yeah, so Tannerite's super fun.
Yeah, I just usually go with shaving cream cans because it's...
I love shooting. My little boy loves shooting shaving cream, and it's, right when you first do it, yeah, it's a mess, but that shit, it's just so dissolves into the ground after about an hour, and there's no... other than the CFCs that G-Webs is complaining about.
Well, what, just expect people to stop shaving or something? I mean, how are people supposed to do their morning shave without a can of shaving cream? I guess people used to use straight razors, and well, anyway, we're getting off topic. So
Well, no one's throwing anything out there, so this may be a dead topic. Maybe we need to transition to something else. I want it to be a lighthearted chat tonight, like I said. I mean, unless you
people should bring a video camera and their favorite, dress up as their favorite movie character, like, you know.
what? I must have missed the first part of that. What did you just say?
Well, you could just bring it.
Dress up to go out and film a video shooting as your favorite cartoon character.
No, you could go out as one of the guys from Red Dawn. You know, you go out as Jed. You know, with the gaiters around the feet, and what else did he have?
His leather bomber jacket.
Yeah, and he had that. It was on. Actually, I was watching that today, and he had it was on MGM HD, and he had this cool leather thing over that had like I think it was 223 rounds actually, but it had a leather strap with over the shoulder strap, and it had just you know, ammo rounds through it, but it had like almost it was like I don't know, might have been steel, but I doubt it because it was be too hard to work. Basically, something that held down all the ammo. It's pretty cool. Put some money into costume design over there.
I hate to burst your bubble, but I dressed up with a Gatling gun that I made, looking just like Jesse Ventura from Predator. Everyone asked me if I was a Ghostbuster.
He had a minigun, not a Gatling gun.
That's what I meant. I had made a fake minigun that spun off a feeder motor for a deer thing. Had the spinning minigun that spun.
That's my new motto. You know, gats up, hose down.
had camouflage pants on, army boots, an MTV shirt I had my wife make me because she could make T-shirts.
Oh, post a video link. Share video.
I mean, it was awesome.
Video, dude.
Yeah.
Share a screenshot.
He had pictures.
I'll find it. I'll show it to you. But I mean,
years back,
Ghostbuster, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's because they lost their. You know, they had no idea. That truly shows you who was a man and who wasn't.
You have to spit before you shoot the minigun, I think. That's what he was around looking for, some place to spit first.
That was an awesome costume.
Yeah, I think FPS Russia had like a couple minigun videos that were just awesome.
Pretty much liked all his.
See, I had this idea. People in Hawaii are complaining about the albizia problem. When the hurricane come, we have all these invasive species trees that the branches are too thin and they knock over all the electric lines, and power goes out to 40,000 homes or something because there's all these albizia trees up in the electric line. So I said, what you should do, since you don't have enough money to cut them down, and the government doesn't want to pay to cut them down, is you should get like a minigun and charge tourists and people, you know, like Japanese tourists or whatever, just hose down the albizia trees with a minigun, and you could charge them a fortune to ride around on a truck and just shoot at albizia trees.
It's a great idea.
You can make money doing it, except Hawaii is so anti-gun. Ridiculous.
That brings up a good question. What would you guys like to see at, you know, call it your public ranges, you know, that could be provided for you? I mean, within, obviously, not Gatling guns. Something realistic, something obtainable that you think would be awesome if public ranges offered as a service to the members of the range.
So I'd settle for cold water. Since
I like it when they have a bulletin board so you can post stuff coming up or stuff for sale, that kind of thing. Classes.
Steel targets.
Hey, Mark, you're coming in real shallow, man. I don't know what the. if you were trying to say something or not, but you're not coming in very loud.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. Right. Steel target. Now, see, my outdoor range, actually just put in probably 12 to 15 pieces of steel, which was super cool of them. But and they were pretty hesitant on doing that because they had done it in years past, and fuckers kept stealing. They come out there and steal all the steel targets and sell them at the scrapyard.
Those are, I think, very brave thieves would steal targets from a shooting range.
All right.
Man, you should see the
Very
thieves
tough
in Hawaii.
guy.
They will steal anything. I mean, they'll like rob your house of copper piping, plumbing. They walked on this coffee plantation and stole like one of those off-wheel, 4-wheel drive off-road deals and a van to put it in. Shit, people will steal anything around here.
I'd steal coffee from there.
Well, no, they stole a 4x4 and a van to put the 4x4 in.
It's pretty pathetic. That plays right along in with the whole trash thing at ranges. People that don't pick up after themselves and leave trash and shit.
Yeah, my next range video is actually going to be just me picking up trash at the range. That's going to be my next range video. I swear it.
Yeah, same. So it's like, I don't know how your ranges are set up. The one range that I'm a member of, our main range, is it's a membership only. You have to have the gate combination. We require background check for membership, and it's cheap. It's only $100 a year for actual dues, but everybody's on the up and up. Everybody pretty much polices themselves, and by requiring the background check, we reduced a lot of the riffraff that was coming into the range and doing shit like that. Leaving all the trash around and stealing targets and just doing the things that made the guy that owned the range, it's his private property, and he decided to make a range for the community to enjoy. And then when you get ass clowns out there messing it up, it was really making him.
That's what game cameras are for. You just post some hidden game cameras to catch the fuckers on.
Yeah. Well, what other cool products have you guys seen that's if you may call it a novelty or not, but
At ranges?
yeah, just stuff that you take to the range or.
I love some of these ranges have like in the bathroom like a special hand soap. I'm not trying to be jokey or anything, for real. But like there's some of these like hand soaps that have like almond shells in them or like some real crazy ingredients, and I've never seen like some of these hand soaps. They'll say specifically on the bottle like made for lead and like toxic stuff, and it's like really cool, man. I wish I could get. I don't really need it for my house, but it would be cool to have some of that stuff for my house, like the really good high-end soaps for shooters, man.
Right. Now, Autry's has that liquid soap that's the lead in there. Those of you that don't, Autry's is an indoor shooting range. It's a rental. You can rent guns and all that, and so they have little soap dispensers that's actually made for lead. It's like, lead-free soap. I don't know the brand name, but it's it's made to remove the lead. I don't know if that's just because of their business, because they're an actual rental facility and more public, open to the public kind of thing, if that's a requirement, or if that's something they've just done on their own accord, because how cool is that they actually, considered removing the lead from your...
Yeah, we just got that soap in the men's room at the range that I go to all the time. They got two now. They got the lead one and then the regular old foam stuff that they always had. But I thought that was kind of cool that they put two different soap dispensers up.
Yeah, exactly.
Washing my hands like right when I get out.
Yeah, it kind of makes you feel like they care about you in a sense. That they're actually thinking, thinking far enough ahead to be like, damn these, because lead's, the guys that work at the indoor range, I think they get tested once every 3 months or once every 6 months or something. I mean, they're, like, it's pretty legit concern, getting too much lead in their blood. I don't know if that's something you guys think about or not. Probably not as much with when you're shooting in an outdoor facility. It's just the nature of being outside, obviously, outdoor ventilation. But.
All I can say is when you go outside, if you're in Hawaii, bring suntan lotion or you will regret it.
You guys think about getting lead poisoning at all?
If somebody flags me with a pistol.
Talking to that they make their own cowboy bullets and stuff, and
wax.
Worried about that. People
wax.
Lead.
Yeah, ever since I started using my microwave to smelt lead, I'm not so worried about it anymore.
That is probably the safest way to do. Do you also, what speeds it up is when you put the lead in there and you put a CD on top to keep it covered. That works really well.
That's like, just have your stuff ready to leave your apartment or house, just in case.
Do you know that there are people that see that stuff on the internet saying that your iPhone can be charged in the microwave in 30 seconds and you can charge it? It's got special OS in it.
That actually works, dude. I've seen that.
I saw it's not. It blew up the phone.
And people stick them in the microwave and they explode.
No, dude, I've seen an actual video of that. That it works.
Oh, you have, Stone Guy? Why don't you go stick yours in the microwave and take your camera?
I don't have an iPhone, but.
Okay, well.
So what are you telling me? Did you do it? How do you know it doesn't work?
Because I understand how microwaves and iPhones work.
So you're.
Lithium batteries don't charge through microwaves.
I don't know, man. That video looked pretty real. It didn't look photoshopped or anything.
This chat is going to be responsible for like 1,000 homes burning down.
Right?
I can also show you some other videos that have some pretty real-looking things that. Yeah.
So what about like tannerite mixed and heated up in a microwave?
Wouldn't do anything.
You bind there, it would just probably make it not work at all, actually.
Yeah, because what it is the aluminum mixed with it to form kind of an aluminum powder on the outside of the actual white particles.
Is it aluminum oxide or iron oxide?
Aluminum oxide.
Okay.
Aluminum oxide and iron oxide is thermite.
Yeah. But what the tannerite reacts with is the aluminum oxide being mixed with the the ammonium nitrate. And the reason that it has a chemical reaction, it has to be hit with enough force to cause a heat and pressure combination that's extremely high. That's why it's so safe to transport, and it can't be detonated by fire or by any hammer or anything like that. It's got to be hit by something moving very fast.
Yeah, with thermite, it's just temperature, I think. But I mean, it's binary too. So I mean, obviously.
Well, thermite, what you have to do with it is it's iron oxide mixed with aluminum oxide, a mixture of the two. You could take a lot of rust, or you can actually buy iron oxide for welding purposes, and you can buy that and then get just ground up aluminum. And what you have to do to ignite that is a fuse won't get hot enough to ignite it. You have to use a fuse that hits a magnesium strip, and then the magnesium strip will ignite it. Should I be saying this out loud on the internet?
Well, we've already burned down 1,000 houses, so you know. I'm
I
trying to
think,
help through the earth.
I don't think
to find
anything
all
I'm
that.
saying can be looked up in like 2 minutes on Google.
yeah, anything's on YouTube. I don't think you're adding anything that's
I've read that. I've read that in like fictional books about, like, called The Patriot and stuff. But I knew it beforehand from other sources.
All right. Well, we better switch from fun. Well, we have switched from fun things to do at a range, or have we?
yeah.
So I had something not so fun happen in my range the other day. I
Throw it
found
out there.
that I have a range that has a 200-yard range, has 50, 100, and 200. I went down to the 200 to shoot my black powder like I have been doing for like the past month or so. And this grumpy old man down there goes, "You gonna shoot that down there?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can't do it, against the rules." I was like, "What?" So I went to the range officer, and he's like, "Yep, we don't like black powders on the 200-yard range." And I went, "Can you explain to me why?" And he goes, "Yeah, we've had people down there who are standing and shooting their black powders, and they're having to point them so high to arc them in to hit the target that they're shooting the upper bafflings." And I just looked at him and I said, "Okay, I'm shooting a black powder that's shooting as fast as a normal rifle. I mean, there's no difference between my black powder and a normal rifle as far as velocity and drop and all that. I'm not shooting a freaking, 200-year-old spitball musket. I'm shooting something very advanced." And they're like, "That's the rules." And I'm like, "Okay." Which is funny. My range has all these rules, and they're real steadfast until they have a competition. And if the competition has rules that doesn't match theirs, they just throw their rules out the window.
Yeah.
They like have a no more than 5 rounds in a magazine rule.
Well, that's what you get for asking, Nathan. You should have just fucking.
I didn't ask. The guy
do
was.
what you were doing.
No, I didn't ask. The guy who told me that was going to go turn me in anyway, so that's why I went and asked.
Range snitches? Oh my god.
Jesus.
He's 70. He had anything better to do.
Range snitch.
Yeah, he's just a
Them's the
grumpy old
worst.
man.
Yeah, now there's a difference. I mean, there's certain things. Well, not that you're not gonna snitch on anybody. There's certain things I'll address directly. If I have a problem with you or you're doing something just stupid, I'm gonna fucking, you're gonna hear it directly. So I'm not gonna go tell the range master, for Christ's sake, like we're in fucking grade school. But
Well, my range doesn't have anything. It's just a patch of dirt and a berm. So there's nobody there. There's nothing. No range officers. No rules.
no one can tell you. Now, thinking of that, what are some things that, excuse me, what are some things that you guys absolutely will not tolerate on the range? Let's say, what are the things that you would turn into little snitches about?
People just not having muzzle etiquette. Doesn't really happen where I'm at now, but back when I went to public ranges, the idiots all the time, and I'll have to go get an RO and be like, "That guy's muzzling everyone."
Well, we don't have an RO, so.
Again, nothing applies in fucking Hawaii. So.
Well, I will go up to people if they're like new shooters and they bring their kids and the kids don't have hearing protection. I'll go out here. I'll bring them some extra thing, because a lot of people don't know anything. They'll bring them, show up and the shooters have hearing protection, but they're all their teenage kids. They don't have any hearing, so I'll just go out outside here and take some free hearing protection, no charge.
Well, I'll just say this: whenever somebody is doing something on the range that may not be the smartest thing, I always approach them and approach it in a non-hostile manner, simply because I know that whenever you go and tell someone you're doing that wrong, that pisses them off and they get their defenses up and then they argue with you. So I just approach it and I'm like, hey, can I give you some advice, or could you do me a favor? Kind of like start it off that way and go, you're kind of swinging it around and pointing your gun. Can you just keep the barrel downrange for safety? And I really appreciate it. Because as soon as you walk up and go, quit muzzling me, you dickhead, they stop listening to
Well,
you.
basically, somebody asked me to go, hey, do you want to go down to the range with this? Somebody, guy who was runs another YouTube channel and hook up. And he was cool, but the guy, all his crew that he was with, they were just he finished shooting, then he just walk up to the target and with his gun flagging everybody in the whole range. I saw a video of that. It's like, well, I'd like to come, but I don't think I could make it, And I just like to go on weekdays when there aren't so many people there, So I don't have that problem of showing up on a Saturday when there's 20 people there shooting in every direction.
Yeah, I would have to agree with
But
that.
everybody's cool.
What are you saying, Heavy?
I was just saying I have to agree with everybody else. That's my biggest pet peeve is people, I guess you call it flagging. I call it muzzle fucking, pardon my language. But, yeah, that crap pisses me off. So I don't like to go when there's large crowds around because most people don't show that consideration. And just to avoid problems, I just don't go when there's a lot of people.
That was really cool. Was the good thing about an ammo crisis or an ammo scare is the price for ammo goes up so high that nobody, even on Saturday, nobody can afford to go to the range anymore. When
I wouldn't necessarily say that's a good thing, but I mean, it's like I've jumped off several lines and people were just acting the fool, and I've notified the range masters and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, you gotta do something about these people. They're gonna shoot somebody on accident. Because not only do they, they flag their muzzle across you, they got their finger in the trigger and damn gun's loaded. And it's just not safe, And of course, they do what they can, but then the idiots go back to doing it, and those guys won't kick anybody off because they're scared that it's causing issues. Wow, I didn't mean to kill the conversation, guys.
no,
Sorry.
Graham walked away from his computer for a moment to do something.
Yeah.
I believe we're
Our
supposed to
range
keep
now has a
talking too.
rule that the women can't have the girls poking out, so they have to have closed shirts now. Yeah, not
Say what?
as much fun to watch now, but
What's this about
they get
closed
a
shirts?
hot round going down their shirt. They flag everybody. Like,
that kind of flagging's okay. I mean, little breast decisions is kind of nice.
yeah, but do that when your finger's still on the trigger and pointing the whole line.
I can see where that can cause a problem, yeah.
Because we get a lot of tourists coming in where we're at.
Out of curiosity, where would that be?
What's that? Oh, Orlando.
Where are you from? Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I can see where you have issues. Like, doesn't everybody wear a bikini top all year round down there or some shit like that?
Yeah, not as much in January. But it does make going to college interesting.
I think one of the things, another thing that bugs me about going to the open range and a public range, and I totally understand why they do it, is the inability to work from a holster. Because there'd be too many safety aspects. I mean, people can't even shoot off a bench or a line without causing possible harm to someone else. I imagine them trying to work from a holster. It'd be horrible, I imagine.
Yeah. They can record it and, well, have millions of hits on a video for doing that.
All I can think of is Tex Grubner.
That's what I was referring to. I just fucking shot myself.
And then all that fake blood came out. That's so fake. Seen that trick before. I hate when people come to the range with their SBRs and then shoot next to you, and it's like you're being hit in the head with a jet engine. Like, it's so fucking loud. And this is indoor. I guess it's not the same in outdoor. But SBRs, indoor range, it's horrible. And my least favorite, and it's probably sad to say because it's kind of racist, but when like a guy brings his girlfriend in, like as soon as they walk in, and I just want to fucking leave, man. Like as soon as possible. Like I'm just so scared because it's always some guy who's like trying to show off in front of his girl, and for the most part the girl's never been shooting before, and it's just like, oh man, as soon as I see them coming, I just start shooting super fast and I'm trying to get out of there. And especially if they're in the range next to me, because it's like, danger. I know it's bad. Shouldn't say things like that.
But it's true. Get some guy who goes out and buys a gun, doesn't know much about him, but has to act like he knows everything about him for his girl, so he looks like Macho Man. And it's not.
I'm guilty of that. I mean, I've gone to the range with my girlfriend, and she'd never fired a gun before, but like 2 years later, she'd probably outshoot most of the guys on there. But like that first time, it's sketchy. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of nervous and like standing behind her, like no, don't do that, shit like that. But a lot of times my attitude would, if you were standing next to me and my girlfriend the first time she shot, you would understand like, oh well, that guy's not going to let her, or he's going to try not to let her do anything stupid. But it's the guys that are like all goofy and like, we should rent a 50, Desert Eagle, shit like that. I just fucking get the hell out of there.
What do you weigh? 80 pounds? Here, shoot this. Shoot the Smith & Wesson 500.
Like when it's their girlfriend's time to shoot, they like hide in the back and like are afraid to look and stuff. Like I'm like right behind her, got my hands like up, like just in case she turns or recoil stuff. When I take a first time shooter, I'm like 2 inches from you when you're shooting,
Oh yeah, so I explain to them before I take them shooting. I explain to them the safety rules, the practice with them, and I tell them, look, your first time it'll be fun, but it won't be as fun as it will be in the future because I'm gonna be riding you like a teacher, making sure you write your homework right.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with calling someone out. As long as you do it in a like Nathan said, kind of a non-confrontational, polite way, but some people just need to have shit brought to their attention. They may be unaware, or they may just be naive and ignorant, but, I'll be damned if they're going to ruin my day because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Well said. I've raised the issue a few times, and things got a little tense because guys with guns. Most of the time, like, look, hey, please don't do that, and they're like, all right, cool. But sometimes, you just get that jackass out there who doesn't know when it's good to fucking listen.
Yep.
So, guy, your range is really $100 a year. I thought it was like $400.
No,
And
that's
then it's
South
100.
South Rivers for
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little too much. for
That
me,
one's
so.
yeah.
And it's far for me.
Yeah, that one's nice.
I'm going to that GSSF thing, wherever that is, in September. So.
That's South River. I'll be I'll be RO in that and shooting.
Oh, nice. If you win a gun, man, let us know.
Right.
I'm serious, man.
One last year out here. The one last year out here in Tucson. Only 2 people shot the 380, like whatever level.
Yeah,
Right? Shot the pocket compact or whatever they called it, and they gave away 2 guns. So those 2 people each won.
All you need is a 380, and then you only had one competitor. That's awesome.
Well, they did a new class, the pocket pistol division, just for that 380.
And
I'll
then
bring my 380.
own one and bring it out there and be willing to pay, because you didn't know you could do it on a Saturday or something, unless you shot it. Like if you went out there on Sunday and it was almost closing time and no one had even shot it yet, like you would obviously shoot it, because then you're guaranteed to win a gun. But if you shot that thing on Saturday in the morning, then you just thought, I'm competing. You didn't know you were getting a gun for sure.
Right.
Yeah, but if you just wanted another 380, then that would suck. I mean,
no, they just give you a certificate for a Glock, any Glock. So
you pick out the gun you want.
oh, cool.
and
That's
it's
awesome.
$25 per division. So,
My girlfriend won a gun the second time we went, and I went before. She was only been there. She did one more time, so she shot 3 matches. She won a gun.
You
I
cheated
shot.
by being a big shot. You were throwing your weight around.
No, yeah. Well, she shot the girl division. It was like, so it was definitely less people in that division. And then I've been to like, I want to say 5 matches, and I won a 2-year membership one time, and then I won a $50 random prize or something. It was like
just go
$50.
dress up as a girl and have a better chance.
Yeah. Well, the best thing to do is to buy. What is the gun you can shoot every division? I think it's the 30. You can shoot subcompact, 45 heavy metal.
I'm suing Glock because they don't have a transgender thing. Then I'm gonna go be transgender, and then I'm breaking.
Oh, they don't care. It's on you, man. They're not going to tell you you're not a girl when you show up.
That's what I'm saying. So then everything I shoot, I'm gonna win a Glock because nobody else is gonna think about doing that.
It's those range officers and the girls you're going to be shooting against are going to be giving you the dirty looks, man. Glock's not going to care.
No, but this match is a huge
Oh, wait,
match.
they already have a 9mm category, don't they?
No, they don't. They just have. They have like just regular, and then they have. What do they have? Heavy metal for 45 and 10 millimeter, and they got the new pocket one, and then they have like it's the competition class where you can shoot like the 34s and the stuff like that. Like you can't shoot a 34 in one of the divisions.
The other ones are just where you are divided by power factor, because I know when I shot my 9 and my 40, I was in 2 different divisions.
Depends what it is. I mean, it depends on the gun. Like when I brought my 34, I was like, I just want to shoot amateur. It's like I think it's like civilian.
Civilian,
Guardian.
that's what it is. Civilian, shit. It's been so.
Yeah,
Hold on, I think I've got the paper.
it's civilian, and then there's Guardian, which is like cops and military, and they can shoot in a special division. So civilian like me, Guardian, which is cops and military and stuff, and then they have, I think, like competition, and you're not allowed to shoot a 34 in the regular like civilian class. Like you got to shoot in competition, and then you're shooting against all the people with their tricked out like 34s and 35s. But it's definitely fun, and this one coming up is going to be like the biggest of the year. Everyone will be there. All the Glock celebrities.
What's the date of it?
It's like the 25th, 26th, 26th, 27th.
Of September.
Yeah, it's always in September, and it'll be the last one of the year, I think.
Yep. Yep. And it's a huge match. They do. They probably give away 25 guns at that match, and then all the other like prizes that Glock does. Like he was saying, they'll do, you know, lifetime memberships, 2-year memberships for GSSF. They got a ton of swag, like so much you just couldn't believe.
And you're saying that's the 25th through the 27th of September.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's like the you can shoot against Army, the Army.
Well, he was there last year with that actor guy from, okay,
Like
September 25th, 26th, 27th, yep.
Like a true duel where you stand back to back with Army. And then,
Well, it's called the Gunny Challenge.
He basically walks up to you and starts talking to you like he did in Full Metal Jacket. And if you don't cry within 20 minutes, then he gives you a gun. Like he gives
I
you
walk
an
right
Glock.
up to me, a jelly donut in his
I
face.
knocked that fucker on his ass.
how many of you guys have met him here?
No, I never met him.
Oh, you never met him?
No, I seen him there like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I've seen him, but I never got to actually go talk to him.
When he's at that event, does he do one of those things where he's sitting behind the table for a while and people can stand
Yeah,
up and get their books signed and shit?
yeah, he does. He did pictures last year.
He does a really good job every time I've ever seen him, like, which is all the time, really. He's always been really, really nice about, like, talking to people and giving, like, there's always a big line, but it's because he'll sit there and bullshit with you for a minute. Like, every single fucking person, he'll just sit there and bullshit a little bit. He's pretty cool. So if you feel like you know him once you met him, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, come on down, man. I'm gonna go. I'm definitely going to that. I haven't missed one yet, I don't think. Come here. Well, in the last couple of years. 3 or 4.
When you said come here, does that mean you're offering lodging for whoever shows up to go to that
Oh,
match?
yeah. Absolutely. If you can make it to Atlanta, I promise I'll have a place for you to sleep on the corner of the underground there, down on Peachtree. Right by the MARTA station. There'll be a nice blanket on the floor.
If I'm going to sleep on the streets of a city, I want some sort of like air intake vents or like air conditioning intakes that I can pee or poop in. Because I don't want to have to live
In
alone.
September, it'll be still hot as hell down here.
Even our homeless people wear fucking like little paper surgery mask. It's fucking polluted.
So
I won't.
come down,
Gross. No way.
so come down to Atlanta and stay with Stone Guy, and he'll give you the Dr. Huxtable sleep aid.
That's fucked up, dude. No, but it's probably one of the biggest Glock events in the southeast.
Well, the biggest Glock event is the lawsuit where
events,
his
period.
wife is suing him in Atlanta with a RICO statute.
Say what? Back that train up. What'd you say?
His old wife, not his new wife. Right?
Just one
His
little
old wife
petty
and kids are
significant thing in the life of a massive company.
Well, no, this is going to be about who controls Glock. This
Yeah.
lawsuit, 'cause they're going after him with a RICO lawsuit.
And again, if you knew the history of the guy, you know that this is just one in a series of massive issues he's had. He's no big deal.
I'm sure he's got this. He's got this one. I mean, I'm sure,
Well,
like, in
it
Austria, he
was-
basically owns Austria. Like, they have, like, a national... He's like
Now what's
Kim
the
Jong-il.
what's the RICO law
It's
there?
the town of
His
Tinneford.
racketeering statute. There, his wife is kind of has some good lawyers that are being creative, and civilians, which no most people did know, are actually allowed to file a racketeering RICO statute lawsuit and basically because they claiming he's hidden, millions and millions of dollars worth of assets in the divorce case, and it's associated with a major corporation, so that's racketeering. And so this is his first wife, Helda, and his children. And so basically, when Glock dies, this will be like about who controls what happens to Glock after Gaston dies, is what this whole thing is going to be about.
Doesn't he have children? I thought he has a son that helps run the company, who's cool, not suing his dad. Maybe not.
His wife and his first wife and 3
I
children.
don't know. I'm pretty much sure it's going to be up how many likes different Facebook pages have got. So I'm pretty sure I'll be taking over Glock when and if that ever happens. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's what's fucked up. Is I heard Freedom Group is going to buy Glock after he dies, and they're going to outsource everything
with
to
Remington?
China. It's Remington and Freedom Group Glock. They're going to outsource everything to China and India. So get ready for that, guys. That's why I'm trying to buy every Glock 19 I can afford in the next few years. Cause have you seen his new wife? I mean, she'll fuck any one of you guys to death. So this guy is definitely awesome. If you know anything about Glock, though, I mean, they've tried to kill him. They've tried to come after him legally so many times. His partner in bed stole money from him and then hired a hitman.
They've never used the RICO statute before.
Yeah, but he's not an American.
They use it.
The company. Yeah, they use it.
A hammer.
They're suing him in Atlanta because that's where the company is.
No, their company's in Austria.
Not be in Atlanta
The
anymore. And you don't have
American-
to worry about it.
Their American headquarters is here, but
and America is their biggest customer, so that's why they're suing him here.
That's true. But it's just anyway.
And if he's got money set aside and all that crap, and he did it before they got married, then she doesn't have a leg to stand on because it's money's earned before they were married.
If he's hiding
assets,
case,
if he's hiding assets, then that's from a major corporation. That's racketeering, flies into the racketeering statute. So they may have a case, and I didn't even know civilians were allowed to file racketeering RICO cases, but they are. So
I think she's filing a civil case against him, and are using the RICO statute as their backing for it.
How long ago?
RICO is a federal thing. It's a criminal thing.
This is about a week ago. Happened last week.
His new wife is smoking.
This is new, huh? This is a new.
It won't fly. I don't think anything will happen. I think she'll get some money and everything will disappear.
Yeah, it sounds like she's renegotiating her alimony.
No, what's going to happen is he's going to die, and she wants control of Glock so she can really cash in when he dies.
Hopefully they can just preserve his life forever, and then they could have his head in a fucking jar.
Like with Walt Disney, cryo freeze him or something.
Gaston cryo Glock man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because as soon as he dies, I'm afraid one of his sons is we're going to make lever actions now, and deer hunting guns, and we're going to make pump shotguns now, and all of a sudden everything they put out is going to be shit.
Still would like to see a damn carbine from Glock. I think Glock could do it and do it well, just like those Just Right carbines that are out.
Well, they're working on it. That guy on Instagram, Mr. Instructor, I don't know. Mr. Instructor on Instagram.
Create anything with his new wife fucking him to death.
He all but said it when I met him at the headquarters when I took my little class. But he was like, "We're building a rifle range. There it is over there," and we didn't go inside. Obviously, it was a gigantic building. He's like, "There's a rifle range in there. It's I think 100 yards. It was 50 or 100 yard rifle range." And then he was like, "Did you hear what I said?
Are you being
rifle
a fucking
range."
Smartass?
No, I'm dead serious. This was a year and a half ago. The guy's on Instagram, Mr. Instructor. His name is on Instagram. He works for Glock. I was at Glock. I took the armorer's class. This was a year ago. And if you've driven by there lately, they've expanded 10 times, in the last 5 years.
No shit.
Yeah, but he said that in front of it was 30 of us. He's like, "Yeah, that's the rifle range we're building over there." And he's like, "Did you hear what I said? Rifle range?" And then he says, "Why do you think we would need a rifle range?" And then everyone was like, "Oh shit!" It's like, yeah, why would they need a rifle? Like, why would they need a long distance rifle range? And then everyone was like, he just like winked at us, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, we're trying. Like, they're trying to do something with the carbine. I'm sure they've been trying for years, or thinking about it for forever. But who knows? I would think the other excuse would be, well, they have a rifle range, and now because people come there to train, and they're using their M4s, and then they transition to their Glock, and they needed a range to suit training because people do come there to train. So that could be an excuse. But the way he said it was like he knew some inside information.
It could be the Glock has aspirations to get in military contracts too, so they have to learn how to build rifles. So that could be it too. If that's the case, most likely we'll get them on the civilian market.
I mean, they're the British Army's new handgun. They're the Swiss Army's new handgun. I think there's so many armies around the world that's the Glock 17 is like the official gun of whatever. And I know the British Army's, they definitely went with Glock 17, and so
official gun of whatever.
Yeah, they're the official gun of the British Army and the Swiss Army, and like the Arabs. I mean, the United Arab Emirates, like, and all those people, like, they're all carrying them. I mean, Iraq had them, right?
Well, obviously they saw Mad Max, so that's why they got them.
Iraq had them. You can look. I know Austria. I mean, they're so military. I mean, America would be huge, but I don't think they really care.
Well, if Iraq had them, then now ISIS has them.
Yeah, they're definitely. Our military won't accept them because they don't have the safety or whatever. Or
yes, they do.
I think that's the pretty big. That's the big thing. They don't have a manual thumb safety.
Oh, manual thumb safety. Well,
I got to be very specific with you, right? You're a real literal guy. You're like.
Well, I mean, you
mean no? They have a safe. Oh, you mean a manual thumb safety? You're like Dano on his period.
Fuck you.
Did I miss the range part already?
Fucker.
Oh,
Where's
yeah.
your range video, dude? We want to see range video.
No, we should go back to the range part.
No, well, hold on. No, Alan, you were half the reason I titled this like I did, because you were the one that got me thinking about stuff to take to the range and all that. So you had a monumental range trip today, my understanding.
I don't know about monumental, but it was a very good day at the range.
So we just wanted to know what you brought and what made your range trip so freaking awesome.
Okay, so as you know, the range here that's public is only open to the public so many days a month, like 3 of them, right? So this being a weekday that it happens to be open this time, it's like there's a chance, because otherwise, starting at about 4 in the morning or earlier sometimes, people line up their trucks, they're going down the highway, or, off the side of the road or whatever, but before the gates open at 6:30. So usually they're all the tables are taken. There's like 30 tables or so. So usually by the time I get there, they're all taken, So I get there about 7:15 today or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go put my name on the list. I'll probably be in the top 10, I'll just have to wait a little bit. Sure as shit, there's one table left, and guess what lane it was? They're just numbered lanes. It was number 7. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. And so I ended up not having to wait, so I got the whole range day from like 8:30 to 1. It was awesome. The wind was not there at the beginning, so it was kind of hot in the morning, but it came up just a little bit to cool you off. And so I brought my 30S, which is a 45 ACP, my 357, the AR, and the tanker. And it's the first time I shot the AR with the aim point, and it's the first time that I shot the tanker in general. Tanker is a 308 chopped down Garand and rechambered to 308. And the only thing
how was the tanker?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, not having shot a M1A or a M14, like I can't compare it to those because I just don't know. But I have shot, you know, like bolt action 308s, and you know they have a little bit of kick to them. This tanker, non-issue, bro. I made a joke earlier. I don't know if it was on Facebook or something like that. I'm like, if the Marines would have had tankers, they wouldn't have had to drop the bomb. But you know, did they have M14s or they didn't have M14s yet at the end of in World War II? Did they?
No.
Okay, so I guess that was my theory on that. But man, other than loading 5-round M block clips, I did somebody ended up helping me with a little bit of my technique, so I did make it without getting bit, which was awesome. But and you know how it is when you're jamming them down from the top like that. Sometimes your thumb's going to get a little split. But it worked flawlessly. It ate 3 different types of 308 and 7.62 by 51 NATO. Yeah, not a problem. She shot probably about 100 rounds through it today, and probably over 200 in the 357, about 100 in the Glock, and I didn't bother keeping track of the AR.
Nice.
It was one of those kind of days.
No, man, that's the way to do it. Like I said, if you're going to go to the range, make it count.
Well, and since the last day that I got to go to the range was like back in May, so yeah, that's usually how I go about it. You know, some people ask, well, why do you bring all that ammo? I'm like, because I don't want to run out. Don't want to run out while you're at the range. That's not
very
It's
good.
because there's never
answer.
such thing as too much ammo.
I mean, you know, carrying too much ammo to the range, I can understand how that's a thing, but
Well, maybe somebody else will run out and they need some, and you could like just tell them an extra box if they need it or something. I mean, that's a dumb question. Why did you bring so much ammo?
So, how long did it take you to sight in that aim point, or did it sight right in? Because I think they're supposed to guarantee it within a quarter inch at 100 yards, right? Just putting it on the gun.
I was only for fun today. I think I went 20 and 50. I don't think I started at 50 yards, and then I came into 25 later. I wasn't shooting anything other than to put holes in paper, and I wanted results. So I'm not saying I cheated. I'm just saying I didn't push anything out today.
Right on, right on.
It was a confidence builder.
Did
So
you say
what
you
it?
put a point on your tanker, Grant?
I'm sorry, what?
No.
Put a point on your tanker, Grant?
No, it was on the aim point was on the AR. Just
No.
iron sight on that tanker, and let me tell you, I don't know what the deal is. I am fully converted. Peep sights on a Garand are ridiculously awesome. That sight picture, I don't know how you can miss. I mean, I was only shooting like a target that was like 7 by 11 or whatever, and I hardly hit the cardboard at all. So it was. It's not light, but I don't know. It sure is fun. And hey, Moonfood,
Yo.
the Diamondback or Diamond Head sights that you got.
Yeah.
You know how I ended up getting those? What was it? The green blobs, I think.
Yeah.
Man, those really do pick up that A2 front post like perfectly. Like I had some co-witness happening and everything with the aim point, and then I ended up getting new to me rear backup sights. So like everything was just going pretty good. I didn't have any failure to feeds on anything. The only thing that I did shoot myself with today was the staple gun. Was the staple gun in the finger, holding it on the other side, and I thought I had it moved over far enough, and it let me know. But that's why I bring a first aid kit
There you go.
in my
You have to
range
get out
kit.
the quick clot.
No, but man, like my little first aid kit, it's got like bacitracin and fucking all sorts of shit. So I just went spray, 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 wipe, Band-Aid, done. Once it stopped bleeding.
Man, I want some Hawaiian nurse in a bikini with red cross, 2 red crosses, you know. On the top.
2 red crosses, 1 on each titty, huh?
There you go.
Oh.
So I don't know if
Sounds
that
like
makes it an epic range day, but man, it was a great day.
Well, did you get any pictures at all?
I didn't take any pictures, no.
Oh, cause see, let me just tell you, we're all calling you out because Hawaii doesn't think that you ever go shooting.
I never said that.
You know what? I don't. Yep, I never go shooting, and I don't actually have any guns for the official record. I just have good taste in guns, I guess.
Man, it is raining so fucking hard here right now in Kona, you would not believe it.
Well, good. It's gonna rain here in a little bit.
Oh man.
But I was trying to think of anything that I brought extra in the bag this time. I mean, because that's the thing, you know, I brought 4 different calibers worth of ammo, basically, and then, you know, 2 pistol cases and 1 double rifle case.
Were you
So,
typing
like-
something about that it's hard to get 9mm on Maui earlier?
No, I was
Oh.
saying that it's not anything that's exists in my sphere of influence. About the 9mm.
What does that mean?
It means I don't have a 9. so I don't give a shit about 9. That's what that really means.
Well,
I mean,
Hard to need something if you don't have a gun to shoot it out of.
I guess that's why I was joking about it like that. Yeah.
Now,
Now, if I would have been wearing gloves,
see now that there you go. That's a good thing. Do gloves. Now I tell you what, I went to the range Tuesday, and I had done some stippling work on really all my guns because I went a little stipple crazy and stippled the underside of basically the whole fucking gun really, but the grip under the beaver tail, I had stippled that and realized that
it
after
looked like matching
shooting,
awards.
oh dude, after shooting it, like I totally should not have stippled under that beaver tail. It fucking ate my thumb to, like that webbing part between your thumb and your forefinger. It ate that shit up. Like it was way too aggressive, so I had to knock down that all the stippling on 4 different guns with some like 800 or 1,000 grit sandpaper because
That took a second.
yeah, it was way too aggressive. But that's the thing, you don't, when you're doing it and you're holding it and it felt good just holding it, but it wasn't until we start shooting and
Right.
get that recoil going on that you actually
Things start
felt.
moving, and
Right.
then it looks like a cheese grater or something.
Fuck yeah, dude. So gloves would have been awesome that day.
Well, that's the problem. I had them in the bag, so that's just my dumb ass. You know, they were sitting. I had got everything down to basically 3 duffel bags, like gym bags almost, and then 1 satchel. Man, I don't know how long ago. It might have been our last range chat. Somebody had talked about like the messenger bag or a satchel bag for your target stuff,
Right.
so that you can just fucking. Because that's the other thing here. It's like an NRA style range, right, where it's going to go for a certain amount of time. They're going to say 2 minutes. You go 2 minutes, and they're going to call ceasefire. Then they're going to check all the guns. Full NRA rigmarole, right? Which is, hey, man, that's what I got to deal with, so whatever. That's fine, And,
Dano has some strange fruit.
uh-oh. That is slightly weird, for sure. Is it a lemon? Or a disgusting potato?
I don't know. Finish your story though.
It's testicles.
It's a potato with testicles.
I got distracted. What the hell was I talking about?
You saw the testicles.
Yeah, it's freaking me out actually.
Why are you playing with those testicles?
Hey, you know what's even more kind of weird? Speaking of potatoes that look like all awkward and shit, I've gotten 2 potatoes recently from the store that when you open them up on the inside, there's skin on the inside like a baby potato on the inside of the big potato. Goofy shit.
It's a Siamese potato.
Yeah, but like
No, it's that genetically engineered shit.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, great, so we're gonna eat this shit, and it's like the potato has cancer, so I'm gonna fucking eat cancer from eating it, right?
You can get it from breathing, so why not eat a potato?
Monsanto potato?
Yeah, Monsanto. It's that specially engineered.
Monsanto? Or a potato?
Because what it is, all your nutrients is in the potato skin, so they decided to make them internal, like so the skin's inside with the meat, more nutrients.
Potato meat.
Well, Jeb Bush, we got to have skin in the game.
Tater meat.
I think those
Tater.
testicles are freaking me out.
Hashtag tater meat.
Oh yeah, I remember the satchel. The
Target satchel, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I know it was one of our other range chats, and somebody said like, put it in a messenger bag or whatever, so that you got your staple gun, your tape, your dots, your extra targets, whatever. You just sling that fucker over your shoulder, because that's what I was talking about. The NRA stupid fucking rules. So then after they call all clear, then you can walk through the line. Don't stop at the fucking table. And you go fuck with your targets, move them, change them, whatever you're gonna do. So I ended up doing that, and man, it is handy, because then you can still hold on to the target, hold on to the
like a range purse.
Thing.
Yeah. Satchel.
Decorative range.
That's what I tried to say, satchel.
The satchel, man. Well,
yeah.
I heard like Joe Rogan and a bunch of MMA fighters are trying to bring back fanny packs.
What do they put in them?
Like, they've just put their normal shit, but like if a big old fucking MMA fighter can wear a fanny pack, then
So can Yankee?
So can Yankee, and I think I might try to sport a fanny pack sometime.
What do you carry around?
No.
Shit.
Now, Stone Guy, does that mean you're going to go get sleeves done tomorrow so that you can be legal to wear the fanny pack like an MMA fighter?
Tactical fanny pack, but no, the caveat, it's got to have some kind of molly. It's got to be like Cryptech or something.
Oh, sure.
Oh, no, I'm just saying you gotta go get tattoos done before you can rock one of those, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, it's a little less feminine if you got Molly attached inside.
Right. Yeah, if you got Molly and Cryptech, then you're not gay.
Oh,
I didn't say anything about gay. I just said feminine.
My E-Tool has Molly clips on it, or Alice clips on it. That's how old the case is for it. Bam. Kadow!
My Alice clips have Alice clips.
Nice. That's like a granny clip almost then, yeah?
But they don't have these.
No, they don't, you juvenile delinquent.
No, my equipment does not have potato testicles.
I guess we know Dano's garden's fucked up this year.
You need to have to deal about potatoes wearing pants in these chats.
Does anybody in this chat on the normal shoot either 308 or 762 NATO? Anybody in here?
Yeah, I do.
1%.
Okay. Where do you go to get a reasonable price on something? Now, I might not even be able to get it because I live in a fucking state that's a long way away from wherever the hell it is.
MagTech.
Are you willing to drive past all the poor people?
Well, MagTech.
Yes.
MagTech makes some of the best and least expensive 308.
Isn't that the ones out of Brazil? Right?
I don't know if they're coming a gold, like a yellowish gold and white box. And it's
MagTech. Is that the same as Magnatech or Magnatech?
No, it's called MagTech.
Like so see MagTech in the blue box,
their
right?
Their pistol ammo is in a blue and gold box.
Oh, yeah, I have some of that.
Yeah, and their rifle ammo is like in a gold and white box, and it's like 100 rounds, or 50. I'm sorry, it's 50 rounds in like a little square brick looking thing.
Well, see, that was the deal. Like, so yesterday I kind of scrambled and went around town looking for some M blocks. When I say around town, you do understand I'm on an island in the middle of the ocean, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are a couple of gun shops, so it's not like there's going to be any great surplus, to use the pun. So, of course, I went to Maui Surplus first. One of the guys in there that works there actually is also a range officer, so I just made sure, this is yesterday, so I just made sure that today was an open range day, and you know how you sit in the gun shop and shoot the shit, and like like, do you have any end block clips? And at first the tilt the head sideways, and I said for a grand, he's like, no, we don't have any of that. But I ended up getting some 308, some 357 from there. Then I went down to the next place, was able to find 4 M block clips of the 5 round capacity size, and man, this guy, it was the only place on the island that even had them.
How much
And
do they cost?
Man, they're $20 for 4 of the 5 rounders.
Does
No, I
Lucky
see
Gunner
it.
shoot
I
out
see it.
to what? Does Lucky
No,
Gunner?
Lucky Gunner
ship
does
out
not
there?
ship.
Oh,
But yes, I do see that, Chris, and I will be doing that in the
When you
future.
convert
But
it, when you convert it,
say-
I'll buy them from you.
all right, I'm down with that, because that was the other thing that I found today with, you know how you take your hand when you're holding a Garand, and you kind of put the bottom part of your hand on the what is it? The horn on the bolt, or what would that be called?
Bolt handle.
Well, there you go. Thank you. And then you put your M block clip in, and then you're able to just push it in with that same thumb.
Yeah.
But what it normally wants to do, as soon as that click goes, the bolt wants to slam forward. So that's why you have that piece of your hand holding it back. And I'm like, somebody showed me that technique today, and I was pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. Well, it's not that it will close as soon as you load it. It's that you can easily trip it. Once you load it, it's easy to trip the bolt to slam it closed. So that's what you got to be wary of.
And I definitely wore a little finish off the tanker today.
Where?
Probably on the side of the barrel where the action runs by, probably. And then kind of on the side of the receiver where whatever covers the top runs up and down. But when I clean it, I'll clean it real well, and I'll give her a little bit of loving, and
That's
then
just from the bolt working back and forth is what
Yep.
you're talking about.
yeah, exactly. I don't think that anything was harmed or anything. I'm just saying, like it probably hadn't been fired in a while.
That's
I'm
normal.
not gonna not doubt that. So that was another reason I kind of want to send it to the chef guy because I want to throw magazines in this thing as opposed to do this M block clip loading stuff. I mean, it's cool. It's fine the way it is. I could technically, I feel like it's cool enough that I don't have to send it off if I didn't want to, you know.
Now, do they still ping and flip out?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I pinged almost 20 times today. It was great. At the first couple of times, you know, you might get a look. A few people came up and asked. Few people, only a couple of few people were familiar with what a Garand was. But
spooning.
Then you do the explanation of, well, it's not even really a Garand anymore. It's not 30-06. It's 7.62 NATO. You know, getting into a little bit of discussion. It was kind of cool, though.
Here you go.
I mean, what's that?
Here's another link. One of the playlists are World War II Grand training videos, or well, back then they're films. They go into pretty good detail about how to do what and what to do, how not to ruin your thumb, how to clean it, all that kind of stuff.
Didn't you say you got an old guy there that taught you how to work it?
Wait a minute, what?
I thought you said you had an old guy at the range who told you how to showed you how to work it.
Well, the range officer guy. Well, we have like 4 or 5 range officers. I think were there today. But the range officer, one of the range officer guys, is the one that showed me how to do the trick with holding your hand there. And one of the other range officers was the guy that I ran into at the surplus place the day before. It's a small island. You run into people all the fucking time.
It's weird that they only had 5-round clips.
And I in the back of my head, I have this link somewhere. Like I know it's bookmarked. Like I know I have it, and I just hadn't. I didn't end up ordering them in time. And like I knew that today I was gonna have the day off because of work, and then that the range was open, so I knew I was going. And I just had to make sure that the rifle would fire, or I could load the rounds, and so I didn't have to go one at a time.
Yeah.
But it's wood and steel, man. I understand why people like Garands. I definitely think that a Garand will definitely come into the collection at some point. Those things are. I don't know. I don't know. And this isn't even a full size Garand, so I'm not even getting the full charge.
Yeah, the full size is it feels. It doesn't feel like you need ammo to hurt somebody.
I feel like the Garand, the full-size Garand, being so large is one of the reasons why the Marines really couldn't help us much during World War II, and why the Navy was so able to take over and win the war for us.
Yeah, those ships don't weigh anything next to a Garand.
So does that
Garand doesn't even float if you look at it.
Does that peer review my theory on the M14 being able to have worked better than the bomb? Telling you. Think about that for a second. If those Marines would have just had M14s.
What are you talking about?
In World War II, instead of Garands. They wouldn't have needed the bomb.
Chambered in 30-06, you mean?
Yeah.
They did. It was called a BAR.
Not the BAR. The M14s that were in 308.
I know.
But yeah, BARs are fun too. I'd like to get my hands on one of those. Everybody tells me they're heavy. I'm like, okay, so they're heavy.
Yeah, shit, I'd want it to be heavy, though, because, 30-06, the only 30-06 I've ever shot is out of a deer rifle, a bolt gun. And those things, they have some kick to them, so...
Well, especially on a bolt gun, where there's no recoil mitigation other than a muzzle device, and on a hunting rifle, you usually don't have one. So,
Was it Clyde from Bonnie and Clyde that had a BAR?
Yeah, he had a cut down.
Yep.
I thought he had a 45 that he kind of made into like a machine gun, submachine gun with somehow.
No, that was
He also had that.
That was Dillinger.
Dillinger, okay. Thank you.
Bonnie cut down a bar.
Right.
Clyde, there's a gun. I forgot the name of the gunsmith, but he had a BAR, he had a gunsmith chop down, and then basically weld two 20-round magazines together to make a 30-round magazine or whatever.
Wow.
Well, that killed the chat.
Silence.
I swear that trigger on that 357 just keeps getting smoother the more I shoot it. I think that's probably
what brand is it?
Smith & Wesson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about, like you said, the more you use it, you'll kind of wear that perfect groove, where it kind of, it's like they call it lapping. Like if you lap a piece of metal where you're just taking off the high spots, you kind of lap it naturally by pulling the trigger so many times, and it gets smoother.
Yeah, well, it definitely seems like something like that's happening. Because I shot mostly double action and did okay. I mean, because the single action, once you just throw that hammer back, that thing is nice, light, and almost immediate. And 357 is fun. There should be like a hashtag no 38s.
How do you feel about those sights on the Grand?
Oh, love them, dude. Love them, absolutely.
Peep sights, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but they're extraordinary sights. And you like did I talk to you about the match grade sights that you can get for Grand?
Yes, you did, and I would like to look into that. I don't know that I'm going to try and get that Ultimac rail on there, dude. I think I kind of want to keep just the sights. Is what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, I really don't think you need it. I mean, you know, it's one of those rifles that almost is perfect the way it came out of the box. I mean, aside from what you're gonna do to yours, it's like you can't really improve it that much.
Well, and you got to understand though, mine's a bastard. It's not a true Grand anymore. It was at one point, and then I wish I could. You could tell you could learn the story of a gun, right?
Well, we already know your receiver is what, 45?
I think so, 44 or 45. But here's the other thing: they made so many probably at the end when they didn't know it was the end. They could have never. It might have not ever went anywhere.
Probably not.
But just looking at it, can you tell it's all Frankenstein?
Yeah, it's chopped down. It's a tanker.
Yeah, so it's going to be shorter, but other than that, it's just a smaller bullet going in there. But it's got, the triggers in the same place. Like, everything's the same. The receivers, I'm sure, I don't know the ins and outs of where they either had to make the cut when they rechambered it or anything like that. But
so, like I said, to the average person, they really probably wouldn't know the difference.
Right, they'd be like, oh, when did they make an M1A that doesn't take a magazine? Because it's about the same length as a Scout, not the SOCOM. It's an 18-inch barrel.
For people that don't know Grands, it would look normal.
Yeah.
I guess. If anything, right now it reminds me of the original movie, like Planet of the Apes. It kind of reminds me of one of those guns, just the way it is right now. Or riding around horseback with long hair. I'm not sure which.
That's going to be the next range day.
Man, I hope not. Talking monkeys would be pretty scary, dude, especially if they're riding horseback and carrying them.
Bring a gorilla mask to the range next time.
Man, I just posted in the chat earlier, right at the end of the other one. It's like, this just makes you realize what a gorilla can do you in 2 seconds. Like, these guys are watching silverbacks walk by, like a family of them or whatever, and just nonchalantly with the big male as he's walking by just happens to grab the other photographer like by the foot and starts dragging him down the path. And then the dude didn't say nothing, and he only drug him maybe 10 feet or whatever, and then he let him go. Just like it was no thing but a chicken wing. So it's like, yeah, talking monkeys, let alone talking gorillas, yeah, be scared.
Gorilla. Touching my foot like that.
Man, I don't know. That thing was a pretty big freaking gorilla.
First thing to do, as soon as a gorilla grabs your ankles, twist, like an alligator twist, right? That way the gorilla doesn't have a good grip on you anymore. So now you've wiggled away from him, now he's startled, that's when you get up there and you punch him.
I definitely wouldn't punch a gorilla.
Gorilla is not expecting that.
Yeah.
You're going to get your first hit, it's going to be a good one. Just make it count.
This is, yeah.
Just put all your bayonets and
until he grabs you
to somebody before you do that to a gorilla.
You just got to stay outside that reach of them arms.
Yeah, no shit.
They can jump like 15 feet.
With your intellect.
And they can run
There
fast.
you go. There you go. I like that. Win with your intellect. There's a reason you haven't evolved yet, you furry motherfucker.
Nice. Well, on that note, I think it'll be a good time to shut this one down. We've been going a little over an hour, so I appreciate everybody that tuned in. And
patch giveaway?
Yeah, it was a fun. Oh yeah, shit. Thank you. Fun little chat tonight. Like I said, I wanted to keep it a little more lighthearted this evening. And,
Mr. Potato Head's got his ears on.
What the hell?
We are
What happened
going.
to the heads?
Why is his nuts on the top of his head?
Those
What
are
is-
his ears.
Oh,
Dano, are you off your meds? What's going on?
Today
Quit
was
playing
harvest
with your
time.
food.
He's been playing with that potato all night.
Thanks for the chat, Stone Guy. Way to keep it on topic.
Oh yeah. What do?
You do what you can.
Do what you can. Well, hell, as a matter of fact, let's do the guy that was just in here that left, Mark. We'll give Mark the patch. He said he's just recently joined Gun Channel. Has been watching us for a while. His channel name was like Mark and a bunch of numbers, but he knows who he is. So if you go to Gun Channels /DPG Daily Patch Giveaway, fill out the form, and we'll send you a patch.
Way to make it happen, Stone.
Yep. So anyway. But anyway, guys, appreciate everybody that showed up for this, and we'll do it next time.
Stone, did you listen to the Crash and Burn show?
Yeah, they had a really good show, man.
You want to try to arrange it next week so that it's either before or after their show? Because it seemed like they started, about a half an hour after you did it?
Well, they started. They started at like 9:20 or something.
Yeah, they started before. They started first.
Well, no, but I guess what I'm saying is they ended about 15 minutes or half an hour.
Yeah, there was a little overlap.
Yeah, there was about more than that.
Cool. Well, when did is this their first week on Gun Channels?
This is their 12th show, but their first week where we actually got it coordinated. They've been doing Gun Channels for about 3 weeks, but we never really got this shit all together. This was the first week where we really had it all coordinated. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they seem pretty legit. So yeah, whatever. But I'm in this one, so we'll see you next time. Later.